And here with JT Poston, 2019 Wyndham Championship. And with that victory, you get a trip to the Masters. And the Masters is in November. So you finally get to go. What's your kind of initial thoughts here as you kind of get closer to Augusta?
I mean, I'm obviously excited. I mean, playing in the Masters has always been a dream of pretty much anybody, but since getting to the PGA Tour, that's always been a big goal, was to win and get into that tournament. So just being able to accomplish that and be in the field and being there and just taking it all in, I'm really excited. It is a little bit of a bummer that there won't be any fans. My family's not going to be able to be there walking around in the crowd, which is a bummer, but I will have my girlfriend Kelly there, and it'll still be the Masters. So like I don't think it'll be too bad. So I'm just excited to get there.
Have you played the course a couple times, or I think since you qualified, they let you come practice a few times, correct?
Yep. So I was able to play it one time the week of Pebble Beach this year in February, or I went there one time. I got to play it twice. Played it on a Friday afternoon and a Saturday morning. That was the first time I'd ever been there, and then I'm actually going to play it tomorrow in advance of the tournament here in a couple weeks. So I mean, February we caught it on a cold day. The course is always pretty soft, I think, that time of year, and so I just played really long. I'm hoping this time around that since we're only a few weeks away from the tournament, it'll be a little bit closer to kind of tournament speed and tournament look. So we'll see. I mean, I'm just excited to go play it and see it one more time.
And I know it's kind of strange. You've played in tournaments without fans. Is it almost less pressure at Augusta maybe when you play it your first time and you don't have to worry about, well, you won't have to worry about hitting anybody for one thing, but will it be a little less pressure maybe?
I don't know. I think I can see both sides of the equation there. I mean, I think for me, with it being in November and potentially playing a little bit different, a lot of guys say they think it's going to play longer than usual. I mean, I don't know any better. So I don't know what it plays like in April during the tournament. So I think that's kind of nice for me. As far as the fans go, I mean, we're used to playing without fans now, but it's still the Masters and it's still a major and there's still a lot of pressure. And I wouldn't say it's any easier because that what you're trying to do is win the Masters. So like the pressure I think is still going to be there. I think the nerves are still going to be there. It's just going to be a little bit different look than what we're used to seeing.
And I guess you and I should be calling them patrons. The patrons won't be there. That's how.
Yeah,
that's the correct language.
Right. I gotta stay on that.
Well, JT, talk about your season. I know you're, I think, 22nd on the FedEx Cup, but of course it's, I guess, the 2021 season, but you're playing in the kind of the 20 Masters. It's kind of strange, but do you feel like your game's coming along pretty well?
The game's good. I mean, I feel like the season last year, it's just a weird season. I mean, I feel like I played okay. I finished somewhere in the mid to upper 60s in the FedEx Cup. I obviously would have liked to have played a little bit better, but considering it was a shortened season and missing out on a good chunk of tournaments, I mean, who knows if with those extra opportunities, what could have happened. I would say I was happy with the season, but this season, obviously I'm off to a good start. I mean, I had a good chance to win in Mississippi and was a little bummed to come up just short there, but it's, anytime a high finish like that early on in the season kind of jump starts your year. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to finish this last 3 event stretch strong and hopefully that be in a good spot going into the off season.
And has Aaron ever caddied at the Masters, or will this be his first time?
No, this will be his first time. So he's just as excited, maybe more excited than I am since I've been able to get up there and play it. He hasn't been able to do anything like that yet. So he's pretty pumped.
Because I'm trying to figure out who's funnier on Twitter, you or him. You guys are both pretty good, especially when you dig into each other. That's good.
It's a pretty good 1-2 combo, I'd say. We're a team. We don't compete against each other. We just team up.
What have you heard the most about what you're going to kind of have to worry about at Augusta? I mean, I know, obviously you're a good putter, and your iron play is always really good. I mean, is there any one thing you're going to have to really focus on when you get there?
I think, I mean, you talk to other guys that have played in the tournament, and I've kind of picked the brains of some guys like down here in Sea Island, guys like Zach Johnson, Harris English, Patton Kazire, guys that have played in it a couple times. Zach's obviously played in a bunch of them now, and just trying to pick their brain a little bit. And they always say, you'll be fine. Like you putt it so good, you're gonna do really well there because you have to putt it so well. And so I'm excited about. I mean, that's obviously a strength of my game. So I think that could bode well for me if I just kind of stick to what I normally do. But from my experience playing it the one time, and then I'll see again, tomorrow and the prep during the tournament week. But I think you have to drive it well. I don't think it's not like there's a ton of rough, but you have to be in the fairway to be able to get it close to the hole on some of those greens. And some of those greens, you can just leave yourself some brutal putts and chips and just have no chance. And so I think the more you can drive it well and keep it in the fairway, then from there you can really control your golf ball. And everybody talks about you got to miss it in the right places around Augusta. Well, it's easier to do that from the middle of the fairway than from in the rough trying to scramble and make par.
And have you ever been there as a fan or anything, or have you ever gone, or is this?
No, I've been one time, and I was really young. I want to say probably, I don't know, six years old. I don't remember a whole lot from when I went. My dad took me, and I know it was on Wednesday. I know we went to the par 3 tournament, and we watched a little bit of the practice round kind of before the par 3, but I don't remember much. I mean, I remember watching Tiger hit some wedges into 13 and watching him hit a tee ball on 14.
Okay.
And I kind of remember walking kind of across the bottom of the hill at 1, and that was kind of it. I didn't really remember much of the golf course in person until I was there in February. So I had gotten invites kind of over the years,
right.
Especially after turning pro and having some success and getting out on tour. I had some invites to go during the week because we're not far here in Sea Island. But at that point, I kind of just wanted my first time to go to the tournament. What felt like my first time would be when I was inside the ropes and not to go as a spectator or a patron.
Yeah, I remember you told us that after you won the Wyndham, like, no, I'm going when I'm eligible to play, and that'll be.
I wanted my first time to be when I was inside the ropes. I thought that was a pretty cool goal to set. I thought it'd be pretty cool if I pulled it off. I was very confident that I could pull it off at some point. And so I just kind of stuck with it. And now that I kind of realize once you get in the tournament, you're going to go play it a few times before the tournament week. So by the time the tournament rolls around, it won't be my first time on the grounds. But as far as the tournament goes, yeah, that'll be my first Masters. I'll be inside the ropes.
And 2020 has been such a wacky year with COVID and all that. And I think it's still a first time winner hasn't been since Fuzzy Zeller, I think, in 79. But maybe in a strange year and a COVID year, you can break that, break that streak and, win it. I mean, that's obviously the goal, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's everybody keeps talking about, with no fans and, bummed they aren't going to get to see me play. My response is always, well, the best way to get invited back every year is to go win. So I'm going to go try and do that. And then they can come watch me every year if they want. So that's kind of the goal. I mean, that's my dream as a kid has been to win the Masters, and this will be my first chance, hopefully not the last. And, I'd like to get a win under my belt sooner rather than later so I can keep going back every year.
And you would be the first Western Carolina graduate to win the Masters, wouldn't you?
100%. I think I'm the first one to play in it, but I don't know for certain.
Okay, well that sounds good. Well, I'll be there covering as well, so look for you and congratulations. And we'll definitely see you in Augusta in a couple weeks.
Awesome. That sounds good.